Greetings programs, I'm Jacko and this is a gamification, a place where we can get together as fellow geekazoids and talk about all the things happening in the world of movies, animation, gaming, and what have you. Other knickknacks and whatchamadoos. Let's get straight into the first segment. Unless you're not aware of it, I like to call it new news. It's good news. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 official items on the news this week, but there's also a fifth one that just came in, breaking news. Thanks to a fellow gamification I guess you could call him, Lord Strider. He gave me some info about the Fallout 76 info that came out from QuakeCon just yesterday. Actually, we'll go straight into that. And I only got it up here from Polygon. So they gave out a whole presentation. It was about an hour long about Fallout 76. Just had some of the developers talking about the game and what's going to be in it and whatnot. But Polygon just had some highlights here. So special. The attribute framework governing player creation does return, but players will find supported by a card-based perk system. In other words, the higher a player's number for their attribute, the more perk cards they may apply. Higher special traits mean players can rank up cards too, boosting their effects. That sounds really handy. Card systems have been long running in not MMOs traditionally, but just for other like RPG style kind of games, especially card games. So this could be pretty interesting. What's the next one? Bethesda is mindful that with the PvP combat system, there may be malefactors bent on running around and killing other human players, aka trolls. The developers have thought of ways to deal with their misbehavior. Quote, "We turn the arseholes into interesting content," end quote. Howard said, "Killing other humans will put a bounty on your head, and revenge system lets them come back to kill their adversaries for double the usual payout." I love this system. It was first kind of shown off in Shadow of Mordor, and then the Shadow War, the Lord of the Rings games anyway. So the revenge system where you, if they kill you, they get a boost in status and whatnot, and then it's kind of like you have to kill them, otherwise they'll just keep getting in rank. This is fantastic, I think. So it's like, alright, this guy's been pissing off every single one of us, let's go get him. And they've got like a big flashing light on top of him going, kill this guy, kill this guy. That's really great, I reckon. Tell me what you guys think of it. I just think it's a great system, especially with MMO. Other details. There will be numerous customization options during the character creation process. Characters' appearances may change at any time. That's nothing really new. Mods will be supported in some form. Howard acknowledged a strong mod support culture for Bethesda Softworks games. Given the online nature of Fallout 76, I should quote this, "It's going to be very complicated," end quote, he said, "but we're committed to it." So yeah, awesome. For you PC players out there and possibly Xbox, and if they get PS4 mods going, which is doubtful, mod availability. Everyone loves mods, especially because this is a base building game as well. Not primarily, but it has base building attributes to it. That would help as well for mods. Okay, so that was kind of like the highlight of news. Now let's go on to news number 1, official. Sony shelves Silver and Black in favour of solo movies, and this is from the HollywoodReporter.com. And by solo movies I don't mean solo a Star Wars story, I mean like individual stories, just like Spider-Man, the new Venom movie and whatnot, just little one character one-offs, I guess you could call them. Silver Sable and Black Cat will no longer be sharing the screen in Sony's Silver and Black. The Silverman spin-off has been set to feature the two characters, but the studio is now planning on developing solo movies for both of them. The Hollywood Reporter has confirmed. At one time, the film was set to debut in February 2019, but Sony pulled Silver Black from the schedule in June. It was to have been directed by filmmaker Gina Prince Bythewood. She will remain a producer on the Silver Sable and Black Cat movies, but is unlikely to direct. Gina is next tackling the comic book adaptation The Old Guard for Skydance. Though Sony has shelved Silver and Black, it's possible it could be revived at some point down the road. The move comes as the studio is 2 months away from the October release date of Venom, the first film in the shared universe of Spider-Man characters. So they've changed it from the duo movie, I guess you could call it, to just singles. And because of the move just coming from 2 months away from Venom, that could say that, you know, they have test screenings of movies and whatnot. They saw a test screening of Venom, and they probably made the decision going, yeah, this single kind of single character storytelling would work better for our universe than a duo or a team up or whatever you want to call it. So that could mean one of two things. In my opinion, either Venom's going to be great as a single character story, or it's going to flop as a single character story, and therefore they're protecting themselves with cancelling this team up type movie, so they can say, hey, what's good, what can we cut, what can we keep, let's not force ourselves into a corner with these team up movies. Kind of like DC Universe did. Number 2. Nintendo puts a firmer date on its paid online service, but still remains coy on details. This is from Martin Robinson at Eurogamer. Nintendo is still being infuriatingly coy about its paid online service, with just over a month to go until its release. That was just reaffirmed. That was just reaffirmed what few details are out there, while sharing the tiniest bit more. A new detail has just emerged via the company's official Twitter accounts, first from the US, then replicated by the European account this morning. This was a few days ago, sorry. With the service now confirmed to launch in the last half of September. There's the ability, and then they go into some little statistic stuff going, hey, here's what we can do with the Nintendo Online service. There's the ability to upload save data to the cloud, if the software supports the feature. The ability to play some NES games with added online features. We don't know what those features are, but I'm assuming it's going to be like a leaderboard kind of stuff. For multiplayer games, Street Fighter and whatnot. The one thing that is spelled out in black and white though is how much it will cost, with a year's membership coming in at US dollars $19.99 for with the year's membership with the year's membership coming at $20, 3 months costing $7.99, and it was confusing me for a second, I'm sorry, and 1 month costing $3.99, and a family year membership of $34.99 that gives up to 8 linked accounts access. I reckon that's worth the money. It's cheap. You get more use out of it with more people using that one account. So those family accounts for $35 a year. That's I'd say that's really worth it. I'm trying a new tea. Alright. News number 3. MU Paradise removes ROMS. Brendan Sinclair from gamesindustry.biz. Retro gaming site Emu Paradise, like Emulator, has taken down its extensive collection of console game ROMs. An update on the site from founder Maz J, M-A-S capital J, suggested a growing risk of legal action prompted the move. Pardon me. Quote, "It's not worth it for us to risk potentially disastrous consequences," the post reads. "I cannot in good conscience risk the futures of our team members who have contributed to the site through the years. We run Emu Paradise for the love of retro games and for you to be able to revisit those good old times. Unfortunately, it's not possible right now to do so in a way that makes everyone happy and keeps us out of trouble." End quote. The post goes on to say that the site will continue to host emulators and focus on retro gaming, but you won't be able to get the game from now. Maz J said that in the 18 years since it was established, Emu Paradise has received threats, takedown notices, and had its hosting pulled from it due to copyright complaints. Quote, "It's been a long and beautiful journey with many ups and downs," Maz J said in the update. "When I started Emu Paradise, things could have gone either way. But right now, the direction they're going in could not be more than clear." End quote. One indicator of that direction could have been last month's news that Nintendo had filed a multi-million-dollar lawsuit against a pair of console ROM sites, Love ROMS and Love Retro. Both sites have since shut down. Yeah, it's no secret that, especially Nintendo, they've been really cracking down on these kind of things. Where people are just making their own stuff. Like someone did a Mario 64 clone and that got hammered. There was a Pokemon clone that was like a full-on project and it looked really good, but that got hit hard as well, and cease and desist orders abound is probably the Nintendo's motto nowadays. Especially, I can understand that though, because their content is so, I'd say it's original. It's original content where they do so many different things that anyone else does. So when people do clones or copying of concepts, that kind of stands out more than any other kind of game does. And yeah, it's sad that Emu Paradise is getting shut down. That was a big site for a long time. I remember in high school I went to that a lot. Please don't come after me. But yeah, it's sad, but it happens, and that's the way the cookie crumbles. Oh, what's the cookies? Alright, news number 4. Ant-Man and the Wasp will be the last Marvel movie to hit Netflix. This is from Engadget.com. Sometime after Ant-Man and the Wasp finishes its theatrical run, it will stream on Netflix. But that's the last Marvel Studios movie that will appear on the service, the New York Times reports. Starting with Captain Marvel, all Disney movies will land on the Mouse House's upcoming streaming platform instead. We've known for some time that Disney will shift its movies from Netflix to its own platform, which will launch in late 2019, despite Netflix's attempts to hang on to the rights. Pardon me. Marvel Studios and Lucasfilm Flicks will stream exclusively on Disney's service, but because of a broadcasting deal Disney has with Turner, the original Star Wars movies may not be available on the platform when it launches. But Disney is kind of in the talks, and they're trying to get a deal together to buy back the rights for the original trilogy, so they can put it back. I assume they want everything all in one place, so they can make the most money. Those monopolist bastards. Meanwhile, Disney has no plans at the minute to yank the Netflix original Marvel shows like Daredevil, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, The Punisher, Jessica Jones, and all that from their current home, so you'll be able to stream them from Netflix for the foreseeable future. Disney's streaming service remains somewhat a mystery in terms of pricing and the name. There was a rumor floating around that it was called Disney Direct, which is straight to the point, I guess, and it sounds good. But whatever shape the series takes, the service takes, it certainly won't be hurting for big ticket shows and films. Pixar, Lucasfilm, and Marvel are all working on content for the platform, including a Star Wars series from John Favreau and the final Clone Wars episodes. They were the 12 episodes that had been announced, season 7 of the Clone Wars that was announced at Comic-Con. You can see some of Fox content on the service too, should Disney's purchase of most 21st century Fox assets close as expected, because the deal's still running along, even though it's official that they've paid for it. There's still a lot of legal mumbo jumbo to get through it. Pick and choosing, I guess. Along with more than 5,000 episodes of old Disney shows. However, the platform won't include R-rated movies. Stands to reason. Disney's a family-friendly kind of program company. So, yeah, it makes sense that they're not going to have R18. This is cool. Not much news, though. 2019, great. Love my Star Wars, so more Star Wars content all in one place. Great. Yeah, awesome. So, yeah, it makes sense that I kind of got off topic a little bit with that, but it's like, Ant-Man and the Wasp will be the last one. Okay, it's surprising that Captain Marvel won't make any kind of showing. But because I don't think Infinity War's on Netflix either, so they're probably just saying, oh, they might actually. Let me know if Infinity War is coming or has already appeared on Netflix. That'd be great. I'd love to know because I haven't checked Netflix in quite a while. So yeah, just leave a comment down below. That'd be great. And I'm assuming if Ant-Man and the Wasp was going to be the last one, it kind of seems weird that they're going to continue. If they just said, hey, after Infinity War, that's it. I felt that would have been a better timing for the cutoff. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Okay. Now, on to the next segment. Hang on. Yeah, next segment that I like to call... And hurry up. No, not Blackboard. That's not what I wanted. Let me just try and fix it. That's it. Cheap animation and a new segment, or an old segment with a new title called What's on the Notice Board. Okay, so just a couple of things I wanted to shout out. God of War gets a new game plus, with some new items for upgrading armor, and enemies have a higher difficulty. Cutscenes are also skippable now, which is weird because there's not really a defined transition sometimes in that game. Sometimes it's like, it will play the cutscene and you go, wow. And then you won't realize you have to keep moving. Or the other way around where you're moving and you still think you're controlling even though it is a cutscene. It's weird, but it's interesting. So if they can do skippables, that's pretty fun. And that will save for speedrunners as well. That's cool. The action RPG Square Enix game The World Ends With You has a final remix, and that's being released on the Switch at October 12th. I'll put a link down in the description for the trailer if you want to see what that game is. It's a old DS game, I believe. But yeah, it's cool. They had a little cameo in Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance. So if you played that game and want to discover more of The World Ends With You, check it out. Oh yeah, Do you guys remember, like, back in the day, like, Nintendo 64, Game Boys and whatnot, and I think the original PlayStation controllers, correct me if I'm wrong, that had, like, a translucent kind of covers, like, but they were colored as well, so you could have, like, for example, like this, where it's, like, purple, but it's also kind of see-through, so you can see all the mechanical stuff inside. Well, because Sony has sold over 500 million units since the PlayStation 1 days, they're releasing a special PlayStation 4 Pro. It's called the 500 million, right? Limited edition PS4 Pro. And so I'll just show you. So here it is. It's in its box. It's a PlayStation 4 Pro. It comes with a controller and a camera. And you see when it's turned on, you can see the luminescence kind of thing here. The controller's a bit more see-through, but it's also dark blue. These little areas over here, they're kind of like a copper plating and whatnot. And that line underneath on the lower platform of the PS4 Pro, that gives you a number, like a serial number going, hey, this is like 13,000 out of 50,000. There's the controller there again. And this is the box, and it's a 2 terabyte 4K HDR PS4 Pro. Awesome. But if you see here, that's not the actual image on the box. That's the actual PS4 Pro underneath the cover. So the box is actually translucent as well. So yeah, there you go. God, it looks good. The controllers also are sold separately as well. There you go. Oh, it looks so snazzy! Yeah, so there's only going to be 50,000 of those to be sold at a later date. I believe it's only US and... I'm just checking the console. Okay, so the console is available for pre-order beginning August 24th, and the headset. Oh, okay. So it also has a limited edition headphone set, but that's being sold separately. So the console is available for pre-order beginning August 24th. And the headset will go on sale in North America in early September. So, if you have your eye on a new PS4 Pro, or you want to get into the PS4 family, that might be something worth check out. I believe it's only US and Canada at the moment, but I could be wrong about that. So check your local game store sites, or your country's Sony site. That might give you some more information. I'll also put a link down in the description below if you want to actually look at more of those details. Alright, games out this week. Alright, Full Metal Renegade on PC, Cortex on PC, BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle, PS4, PC, and Nintendo Switch. Flipping Death, that's a cool name, Nintendo Switch, PS4, PC, and Xbox One. Dead Cells, been getting lots of great reviews, so check that one out. It's one of those Metroidvania side-scrolling ones. PS4, Xbox One, PC, and Nintendo Switch. It only came out on Switch recently, and that's why all these reviews have been coming out again. There was a whole kerfuffle with IGN, almost completely blatantly ripping off another person's review. But they fixed that, they put out an apology and whatnot, so if you want to know more about those details, it's all out there. The coma, or the COME, I'm sorry, recut. I'm pretty sure it's coma. I've just misspelt it. On the Switch. H1Z1 Battle Royale on PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Madden NFL 19 PC, Xbox One, and PS4. Overcooked 2, Too Many Cooks, all platforms. So that's Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, PC. Toby, The Secret Mine, Nintendo Switch. In Between, on the Switch. Unavowed, I thought that looked interesting, and that's on PC. Monster Hunter World on PC at last. Okami HD on the Switch. That was a PS2 game back in the day. And that had like Japanese lore and stuff like that. So check that one out. We Happy Few on all platforms except Nintendo Switch is finally out of pre-alpha. Getting some decent reviews. It looked really interesting. There was a whole thing I mentioned a few weeks back about how Australia's finally landed the game in, even though it had a lot of drug use in it. Okay. Minute on the Switch. MINIT. ACA Neo Geo Metal Slug 4 on the Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PS4. Yakuza 3 Remaster on the PS4. That was originally on the PS3, I believe. And that's it for me today, guys. Thanks for sticking around for as long as you have, if you are still here. If you'd like to get in contact with me, talk about any of the topics that I've mentioned this week, or any others that please remember to contact me. Hit me up on my Twitter, or email me at thegarification@outlook.com, or hit up our group at The Garification, where we talk about all kinds of shenanigans to do with geek culture, comics, books, games, videos, movies and whatnot, TV shows if you're into that stuff. I fell off Gotham, but if you can convince me otherwise to get back into it, please get in contact with us. I love to know more about this community. Get in touch, have a great time. And also, please remember to like and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so you know when new videos are coming up, because I'm all over the shop with the timing. So, yeah, I mean, I keep it a mystery. Alright guys, that's it. Thanks again. End of line.